Hi everyone, I am Tara and I would like to welcome you all back to my channel Spiritual Talk. Today I'm going to talk a bit about false idols and how false idols affect our lives and our children's lives. Now, why I chose this topic is because here, just less than a week ago, I had someone, they took their child to a hockey game, okay? And the kids hadn't won a hockey game all year, except they did win. I think the score was 6-0 for them. It was at a tournament, and they were really excited. But it's not always about the winning, okay? And we all kind of get overly excited, okay? And what ends up happening is okay, we say, I want to be like that person, or I want to be like that person. Okay. Now, where false idols come in is, okay, I'm going to use hockey as an example, okay, because this is what it pertained to. They took their son to a hockey game, and well, they played, and I was told afterwards there was almost like a fight, okay, at a kids' hockey game. Okay, now that really bothers me, okay, especially the way it was told to me. They said after the game, the kids that won the hockey game were on the ice doing this. Okay, wait a minute. Why are your kids doing this? Say, losers, right? Okay. Kids can be very immature, okay, but I mean, we need to teach them that, hey, you don't do that stuff. And they were leaving, and someone had said something to someone else on the same team, on their own team. And another woman said to the other person about them being sore losers. It's like, I think I'll get to the point in a sec. I think the sore wasn't anything to do with sore losers. I think they were poor winners. Okay, and I don't pick and choose, but that's a poor winner when you're going like that to the other team, saying you're losers. Okay, that's very poor sportsmanship, whether you won or lost. Okay, so this person was at this other person saying that their team was poor losers, and then another person come in to they were trying to intimidate this older man. Okay, and finally the daughter of the man come up and grabbed the woman and turned around. I wasn't there, I didn't see. Okay, now, if I had been there, I'm sorry, but I would have said to, that is the aspect of, okay, every child wants to be a superstar hockey player for the most part. Okay, so where I'm from, we have Sidney Crosby and Nathan MacKinnon, I guess his name is. Okay, we have them here. And they're from the place where this team that went like that to the other team, they're from there. Okay. Our kids are looking up to these people. Okay, these people are advertising food that is not good for you, which they're not eating it themselves. They're advertising pop, like cola, everything that is bad for us. These people are getting injured. Okay, you say, well, that comes with hockey. Okay, yes, it does. Should they be making the money that they're making? No, they shouldn't. Okay, I got some saying, well, why shouldn't they? Because it's a sport, and sports are meant to be fun. Yes, we have competition, okay? But is there that much put into it? Because to me, it's all rigged anyways. Okay? Okay, some would get offended by that because it's hockey. It's a Canadian sport. Look at how many Canadian teams are there? How many are they allowing? Okay? But that's not the point. The point is the parents are getting involved in this. Okay? It's like some of the parents are encouraging the behavior. It's like, wait a minute. Shake your head. You should not be encouraging that behavior. I don't care who you are. You don't encourage it. Okay? Every kid wants to be a superstar. Every adult almost would love to be a superstar. But it doesn't mean that they'd like it. Okay? Now, I'm going to get to the real aspect of it. Okay? I know someone who, there when the Johnny Depp thing was going on with his ex-wife, who really cares? I got divorced. Susie Joe got divorced, but we're not in big news. Why do you care if these big actors or these actors or music stars or false idols, because they're not there to help you. They're there to take your money. Some of them may be good people. But I think those are the ones that end up getting blackballed because they don't want to follow the narrative anymore. They don't want to follow the script. They don't want to be raped anymore. They don't want to be molested as they don't want this. Okay, so some of them are leaving and some they I guess what I'm trying to get at is when you're sitting down and you're watching an actor's trial of getting divorced, ask yourself why. Because the way I look at it is you are not idolizing a person per se. You're seeing them, they're actors. Okay? Actors. The characters you're seeing that you're idolizing aren't necessarily those people in real life. That's not what they're like in real life for the most part. And have a look, okay? People say, well, they got money, they're happy. No, they're not. You look at their lives, okay? Do you like looking at the scandals? Do you like looking at, I guess, the ignorance? Well, some would say, yes, it's exciting. Okay. Would you want people doing that to you? Some would say, yeah, sure I would. Well, if you look, okay, a lot of them, drugs, alcohol abuse, depression, suicidal. I mean, regular people are like that too. They're regular people, only they get paid to act. Some say, well, I got there from nothing. What did you have to sell? Is the music yours? What did you have to go through? Okay, because a lot of them are under a lot of stress. And you see a lot of them now, they're committing suicide or they're drugging themselves to death or they're drinking themselves to death. Do we want that for our children? Do you want that for yourself? I know I was looking one day, and like I like Jim Carrey's acting. Okay? I like the characters that he plays, but I don't know him in real life. Okay? So I don't give a crap about what goes on in his life. Leave that to his friends and his family. That's the way I look at it. But I see a lot of people, for the most part, they're more concerned about what's going on with the actors and actresses, false idols, than they are with their own children, with their own families. And a lot of people will say that's quite disturbing. I said I like Jim Carrey's acting. Okay, in some of the movies, like it kind of pertains to the now. Okay, Truman. Okay, we're in a big matrix. We're in a big show. Okay, and the Cable Guy. How many of you do not know the movie The Cable Guy? Very few of you, right? Okay, so when you look at that movie, okay, Jim Carrey's character had many names. He'd introduce himself as different names to kind of sometimes different people. And if you look in the movie, okay, it's showing him that his mom is setting him in front of the TV. Okay? So his identity, because of the TV, is eschewed. Okay, kind of like an actor. They don't know who, in the end, they really don't know who they are because they've been so many different people. Chameleon. Interchangeable. Okay? So just think of the movie, okay? He sat in the TV all the time. And as he grew up, he became a cable guy, hooking up cable, and he was living in his van. Okay? Always watching movies. Okay? Which made him very disruptive in his own life. It's more or less, are you my friend? And I noticed some kids like that. Some adults, they're looking for that I'm not getting it. Esquerime toda escola, toda escola, no guru toda porque they're kind of looking for comfort. They want to know that they're loved and that they're liked by people. So they want to impress people, but they make wrong choices. Okay? And he was making wrong choices. He was turning people against each other because it wasn't his way. Okay? Now, when you're getting more to the end, what does he say? He says, we have to kill the babysitter. Okay, the babysitter being a TV, setting him in front of the TV, him losing his identity, not knowing who he was because he was so many different characters. And I'm pretty sure that that's what this Cable Guy thing was kind of telling us, because at the end, when he said, you got to kill the babysitter, and he was going after this woman, and he went up to the top, and then he jumped down. And when he jumped down, he landed on the satellite. And at that time, okay, think of it this way, it was a murder, okay, of a set of actor twins. Okay. So kind of like the Johnny Depp and his ex-wife. It's like keep them focused on this, opposed to what's really going on in the world. Okay, what's really happening, what you need to see in your inner self so you can see the bigger picture. Now, when he jumped off, it was to kill the babysitter. And at that time, it was the end of the trial. Okay, some people get like it was like, okay, get out a book. And I understand the moral to that movie. Okay, because we're looking at these people, and they can be regular people, but their mind has been manipulated in so many ways, like ours, that they don't want to be an actor anymore. And like I said, some are like, they're dying. They're taking their own lives by drinking themselves to death. And I don't want that for my children. I don't want that for myself. I actually, when I was 17, I got some modeling pictures done because I wanted to try modeling, or I wanted to do try acting. And I just never went through with it because it just wasn't for me. I didn't want that fame. I didn't want that, like, I gotta be me. Some people are good at doing it, but it can be very dangerous at times, because they, like, when they're acting and people are infatuated with them, it's not so much them as it is the character that they were playing that these people just wanted to be a part of. Okay, it's like, we want good things for our children. We want good things for ourselves. And sometimes we want it without really looking at the really downsides to it. I'm not saying that all actors or actresses or false idols are bad people. But most of the time, it's idolizing a character, not the person. And that's where we need to differentiate. Like, if, like, we are a savior of ourselves. Like, if we're in danger and somebody comes along and saves us from that danger, okay, they are heroes. But in the end, when we're going through our traumas, like actors and actresses or anything like that, we can be them, because some of us have been them, some of us are them. And you're like, what, lady? Like, aren't you kind of off on a tangent? It's like, well, sort of, in a way, I guess you could say. But there are many different versions of ourselves out there. Okay, so we could be one of them. Okay, it's a very good possibility. Have you ever, like, kind of said, hey, like, that's weird? Okay, because I know that I've talked to people or I've seen people and I've just kind of, like, thought for a minute, and it's like, okay. And it can leave you puzzled as they're left. And I'm getting off on a si tulena do katata ena do katata kupiti kalada peri askola megere eto torishkle to ekre kibi whoa. Okay, I have a higher self frequency on in the background. I did get on a tangent, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, look at mentors, people that actually are doing life-changing things. Because, like, we got these actors and we're being told we got to pay this tax for carbon or what have you. They're rich. They're not paying really any taxes. We're paying the taxes, plus we're paying them. And they're just sitting and they're just like, oh. Okay. Some have a very good heart. And they're the ones that are getting out of it. They're the ones that are being the whistleblowers, exposing the corruption within the organization of the false idols, and like, here's some money, here's some money, but we're going to claw it back because we're still going to get it. You might pay taxes on it, but we're going to take it because we're the corruption and you work for us. Okay. Kind of the same for everything. Okay. I liked a lot of actors, but it wasn't so much the actor as it was the character they were playing. Okay, the role they were playing. It resonated, and it's kind of like, I can see that. But when you get in, when we get involved in actually like wanting to know if they've went to the toilet and how hard their stool was, or something like that. Okay, that's where we need to kind of step back and say, hey, like, aren't I a little more concerned, like finding out and being nosy of what's happening in these people's lives when it's just a distraction? When you have stuff happen in your own lives. I know sometimes it's like, well, it's a getaway from what's going on in my own life. Well, think of it this way. If we dealt with what was going on in our own life, then we wouldn't have to want to get away. Yes, get away. Okay? Some might look at me and say, oh, you think you're so righteous, you have all the answers, you know the truth about it. No, I don't, and no, I don't. Okay? And sometimes, am I righteous? Yes. Because if you actually think of the word righteous, because a lot of people, they use it out of the wrong context. It's like, oh, you think you're so righteous, meaning you think you're so perfect. Actually, if you look at the word righteous and you actually think about it, it means right choices. Okay? Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's what righteous actually is. Okay, so when you're using, you think you're so righteous. Well, aren't you righteous sometimes? Don't you make right choices sometimes? So I guess we're all a little righteous when we make right choices. Another word that I've been looking at, and like when you watch these ancient aliens and excuse me, some say, oh, well, that's a myth. That's a myth. That's a myth. Well, look at the word myth. Okay? Myth is actually, because they have a play on words. Okay, so I'm going to play on that word. Myth. My truth. The myths are talking about us. Okay, it's our truth, my truth, your truth. Righteousness. Okay, being righteous. It's okay to be righteous because it means that you're making right choices. So those people who say, oh, you think you're so righteous, say, yeah, I am, because I do make right choices. Okay? I can be a bitch sometimes. I can be like off on a tangent. I can be this. I can be that. Because we're all dealing with a lot. So everything is just kind of. So it's kind of like. ki tu skide online emi kula pulaskriata aniki tutiasa. Si tui sen mi kyrashkala soleil sous le kreata keriata mikitiata skian ki tutiasele etotoya patai si kutotaya toleme emi kunema iske totorieskre to come to center. Okay, so I'm not saying it's bad to be an actor, actress, but when we look to these people, it keeps us from what we really need to be doing. Because when we're doing this, we're trying to escape. We want to be someone else. Why? Why want to be someone else? Let's work on being the better version of us, because we all are. Okay, so if we want to act, let's put on a play, okay, for our family. It's like when they do the disco, it's like, what is it? Walk like the Egyptian, put on your Egyptian clothes, because we all like to play dress up. Hence, a lot of people like Halloween, but you don't have to have a special day to play dress up, as you can tell, because the actors do it all the time, and actresses. Okay, some say, well, they're all called actors now. It's like, well, I still say actors, actresses. Okay, it's not stereotyping or anything like that. I did get kind of off on different tangents, but that's part of my process. That's part of what's happening with me, because my mind is kind of like this sometimes. And when I'm speaking, I end up getting downloads and what have you. So it kind of puts me off track, or you have the other stuff that wants to keep you off track. So when we're looking at it, we can like the actors and what have you, and it's just more of like, I look up to people in my everyday life. I like to look up to people in my life because they are who teaches me lessons. And I'm very grateful for every one of them who has taught me lessons, whether they be good lessons or hard lessons. I learn lessons. Sometimes it takes a while, but that comes with the stubbornness. I do describe myself as a donkey. Yeah, you ass. I describe myself as a donkey because I am stubborn, but I will carry you to safety. I have trouble putting myself first for the most part. I've told someone, like, okay, we're not here to save everyone. We have to, like, you have to save yourself, because, like, by saving yourself is you're the one that's doing the work. Okay, somebody else can't do the work for you. They can give you and teach you the tools, kind of like when they're acting, they learn the tools, they learn how to make themselves cry. But we want to be authentic. If I'm going to cry, I'm going to cry. This is a really weird video right now, because it is. It's kind of all over the place, and I'm like scratching my head and thinking, okay, I'm live here. Like, oh my gosh, you got to go with it, girl. You got to go with it. So keep up with your water, because we have a lot of solar flares taking place on the sun right now, and a lot of solar plasma energy coming in at us. I was explaining that on the 17th, when we had that, it was a big solar flare from the sun, and it broke off and it created a vortex. Well, that day when that happened, it just felt it was like a friggin' electrical transformer went off in my head, and it's like, whoa. That's not the first time something like that has happened. It's like the fourth or fifth time I've had it happen. And it does. It just like dolce. A few times I look to see, like, okay, do I got to feel stupid here? In my sleep, did I stick my finger in a light socket or a plug-in? And then you realize, like, okay, wait, I couldn't have. And it was like in the brain. And right after that happened, I started experiencing ascension symptoms. I started getting a sore throat, and then a cough, and then congestion. And it's like, okay, I'm getting all the negative energies and what have you. It's like, so yes, I am going to say sometimes it's pretty gross. I find, like, well, when I was crying today, because it's just kind of like out, and crying is actually good for us because it helps to clear the pineal gland, and it helps us when we're going within and seeing our inner selves, seeing all of us, like all of ourselves, like the good, the bad, the ugly, like just everything, because we can get through that. We can get through that barrier that we've put ourselves in. Some say, well, I ain't got myself in a barrier. Well, okay, that's very good for you. And I'm very happy for you, and I'm very pleased. And it's great. So if you are able to do that, then I asked you, please teach others how to do it. Because if we started doing that, okay, we all want change. Okay, well, how do you make change? It just doesn't, it can, like some say, well, it just happens. For some, maybe. But some actually, they feel like I don't know how to make that change, or they struggle with making the change because of the work that needs to go in it. I know I could do some more work on myself, and I know that when I get to the point where I really need to, that's when the universe says, hey, Tara, the other night I was talking with a friend because, well, I am a medium. The ancestors, they come up, I download. And when it happens, it's more like when I'm talking to that person, and if an ancestor or something like a guide or what have you, they'll speak through me, and it's like I was kind of suppressing it, which I shouldn't. But I was, because I was a little frustrated with people, because it's like you come and you ask for my help, and then you just don't. It's like it goes in one ear and out the other, or it just doesn't comprehend because we forget. Okay. I write some things down, not all the time. Kind of blank right now. That happens. The more you come, and I was saying that, like, I was talking to this friend, and like I talk all the time with them, and there were times that I wanted to say stuff to them, like it was like I had it there, and then there was the part of the aspect, kind of like the ego saying, no, like they got to figure it out for themselves, okay? But that would cause me to just kind of say, okay, they got to figure it out for themselves. But that was the ego part that didn't want good things happening, wanted to kind of block the energies that wanted to come up to help the person. Okay, my energies that wanted to come up, the collective that wanted to come up, the spirit guides, the angels, the mother, father, the ancestors, they all, like, it was like, okay, so when that happens, and when I suppress it, it's like vomit. It's like, okay, it's coming up whether you want it to or not. It's like, oh, okay, trying to hold it, and like, no, you gotta let it come out. So it's like letting it come out, and that's where I say, well, okay, that's where I can come off as a bitch. That's where I can come off as like seeming like I know everything. As some people put it, oh, you're so righteous. But my right choice is by allowing them to step forward to give the message to that person or people. And I've been kind of, like I said, suppressing it, and I need to let it come out more often and not worry, and just kind of say, like, hey, it is a little tough love, but not necessarily isn't always coming from me, because like it kind of surprises me sometimes that it comes out of my mouth, and that's why I laugh, and it's like, so I'm okay with getting off on a tangent, because we all do that sometimes, and that's okay. Because as we do, sometimes it's because we're getting in downloads, and as the downloads come in, it's like, que Oscar askio toile sele lo tutupuriata daina institutike se que totada esele se me a me ko esti lo doi e to lo doi e to korea patatiata na egi se que toda esklei es que me skirota esti to be today kudo baleta ta el koreanta da esklei ot korea. Okay, these are different. This is for your higher self. Okay. And it's sometimes when it happens, it's because like there's a lot that comes in at once, and it's like they all want to speak at once. And it's like, hold on a minute, hold on, one at a time. But sometimes it's just so much that I'm not just catching here, but I'm catching on other realms, other planes, other dimensions, like just descriando no šklena no je toto jede. Keep to da Syria. Kujata na nuškrema da kujai. As I said before, I'm like, it's hard sometimes. Today I was out and I was walking and was talking to the birds, because like I've been getting UFOs in my backyard. I even got videos. I have pictures of strange things. I actually have a picture of like you can't so much see it. When I looked through the binoculars, I could see it, and it was very triangular shaped, and it comes around, and I'm told hop in, and I know it's my light ship. It's like, how do I bring you to me? I want to go for a ride. I want to see the different stuff, and like I want to be able to go pick people up and say, hey, let's go for a tour, let's go see. But it won't come yet. I guess it means that it's not time I do see it though. Like I said, on the water tower across from my property. I actually I take the pictures and I got them. I developed them myself, and I kind of want to sell them. So this here is what I took the same night. Okay, so if you look, where is he? If you look in there, okay, you can actually see like a bubble, and you can see a being sitting up in it, and that was the actual kind of look of it. Because that's when it kind of stopped vibrating, because as you can see, it was vibrating up here, but it wasn't here. So, okay. So I have a lot of different pictures, because the more you go into your enlightenment and you become lighter, they're more willing and wanting to show themselves to you. Like I have a lot of the other night, it was at a distance and I was recording it, and it had the round balls flashing it, like just what have you. And then it come up in my backyard. It come up over my house and across my backyard. And when I was looking at it, it was like that, and it had lights on the bottom of it. And that one that I showed you, the top one where you could see it was like a light, it was on the water tower. And how I ended up figuring that out is I was in the house and I was hearing the sound. So I went outside to see what it was, and I could just hear the sound, and it sounded like a beacon call. Just like, okay, so I went back in the house. I could still hear it. I come back out. It was still a beacon call. So I went back in. And the third time I come out, I was hearing it, and I just happened to look over and look up, and there was the craft. It was like triangular shape. When I looked through the binoculars, triangular shape, and it was like kind of a bronze and gold in color. And it was, oh my, it was something I've never seen before, and I can't wait to see it again. Some people think, well, they're here to hurt. No, there are. The ones that are here to hurt us are already here hurting us. Okay? We're coming back into our star bodies, our energetic bodies, our light bodies. It's like, okay? And the TVs and all that, it's a distraction, but the movies are telling us the truth. Okay, because they got to put it out there, and they're telling us the truth of us, but they're telling us it's fiction. And I've said it before, think of Star Wars. Okay? You know, they got, bring me home. Beam me up, Scotty. But it actually wasn't beam me up, Scotty. That's a Mandela effect. So, when you look at that stuff, and you look at the now, we didn't have that then. But we have it now. So it is true. Future proves past. Okay. And I now understand what that means. The future is shows the past, and the past shows the future. Because right now, when we dig up stuff, okay, we're digging into the past. Diske ha, tikaya mo to Diana. Uske mi ata na to pati ata seleno to Diana. Ekipituri escrito ta escrum. Mi to deli escala mergora paya solame anu mo dei ta sele to tu. Ki tu te enskara ana katatia ta le tu pati ta selemo to karate ya. Se tu skle eta griata ta yu ko pur America to Korea. Se kuntana ne katutia ta I had somebody give me some dinosaur bones, I guess. pi todo me casa tuti ke tuti yata na guna matata eskriata. Okay, this here is for like like I said, it's for your higher self, and it's coming out really quickly in different stuff. So it's kind of all of our languages sort of intertwined. I'm told that you guys will, your higher selves will know what I'm saying, and it'll all make sense later. Dekerato tada en ongos kale atakareato to guru bria ko miaska ameto ta asula patale to duria ta en atakareato ta yakuru patakareos kala maria. Yeski to da yanlış kale en ongria ta da en kutu se putata bria ta ta. Kupiti komira sur esquia masciata ta iskle en ongria ta. Okay, they're telling you when they show up, don't be afraid. Okay, it just you're coming more and more into your light body, and as you come more and more into your light body, they will start showing themselves in different ways, not just through synchronicities, but you will be looking and it'll be like, did I really see that? And they want you to know that yes, you did really see that. Do not worry about what your family members think right at the moment, because things will change after things start coming more and more to light. Right now, people are experiencing what are called jumpers, and it's causing everyone to so kind of be aware of this and know, like, people may not always be themselves at the time, because we're kind of changing back and forth. E kutoda escremento skitutu esalala patada yatukwe se mikotoda yaputu yaputa eseledo de yatukuto de no kotata yatutupute. Continue with your journeys and know that everything happens for a reason, and just because you don't understand it at the moment doesn't mean that you won't. Your dreams are telling you something, but you already know that. E kutoda eskle atukurios kurumuto kuria tatuye. Si putuya puta and mikutada esuleto to yatukulena kuria putulero e ashkle. Get outside as much as possible. Drink plenty of water, because the ascension symptoms are going to become more magnified and more intense. Kietona enoyena aneke me amo oska esko me ketu epeta te sule tata ekata tukuki pitia. Se me tuta me kata esule ka imikuto de se tata etukuta enaka tata pikata te. Kuske amo o mi ama, aki mi como amika amaka aka puku aski to umakata tikati skututa la kata te kolombo to krigata krigata skututu krigata jukuri karashkala mar krigata turwi. Skimen amask asuni ekata ta no me da neni kata ta ekata ta skoi. Ke oskala asela do puta ta ta kata ta no kota ta. Pikito mria. Mi semena manashkala mar kriga puri. Ekulemene elim krus kriato to le ala kriata ingriata to ike. Se krioskla se miktupi skoi se ne ketodania ketuki piketa se la puta le kriat no grita en garia pateno que tu es kriata to skleto e eskom piketariata se mundo kala mani garia pare garia garia skriato ve askla ma to to koria pata kriata ta krias kriata kritu e. Okay, I guess I'm clearing. They're saying there's energies, and I'm like it's clearing the energies, helping to clear your energies Disclaimers creatores le to escro potiato to e creato to escreato to creato to comingata in catato e cascoye. Se tutto escra te creato to ricara pate creato to creato esche, sclamere crea e sulle la creato creato crea. Se ta eneskin tu puletta e pikitu e seme en shomme mik to esere tutu prieta ne ketatan sui esia amaska eske tikito to prieta e meitoi ke ani uskema uska eska moi kana mokotopa amitopa ina ya sala se tole la tota ena reita kutikitiske ano oskama ekomuta to pitihui se pitu prieta et diko tonne se toto le petekatatai. Okay. Då älskar det. Man kan mig höja skymma men inte jag skruta då I know you're sorry, it's okay. Diz que a caminha copa aqui podia, se não montar nem não tocar tá dessa tá tudo. Que tá talando que tá tu just clear da criar mundo criar tá anga bit lei sumuria. Me não me ela na screaming. Wow. You okay? Yep. Holy snapping. Okay. Okay. Center. Okay, there's a lot of it is it's coming out because they want like be prepared, don't be afraid. Start exploring different places. Some are thinking right now, lady, you really need some help. You're not even speaking a language there and what have you, but yes, I'm speaking a number of different languages, and they're all some of them are kind of coming intertwined together. As I said before, it is some call it's light language, it's universal language, it's God's language, it's tongues, it's gibberish, it's baby talk. Wow. Okay. When things get overwhelming, stop, take a breath. I had heard someone today that they experience extremely bad panic attacks because, as I said, we are in big time ascensions right now. And I find what helps me, because I actually have people that come in into my vibration, into my field where I can hear them. And when I have that, it's kind of like, okay, just spread your arms wide to allow the air, to allow the energy to go through, because it is a blockade. Like, it's an intense energy that has compiled. And to let it go, it's expand, open. Okay. And they tell me, just breathe and let it go. It's like, sometimes when I'm going through it, I end up speaking in my language, and it helps to move the energy. If you are able to do that, the breathing, the spreading of the arms, it actually, it does help. Maybe not everyone, but everything is, for the most part, at least worth a try, unless you're endangering yourself or someone else. Okay? I mean, we do take risks and what have you, but this here is a very good technique because, as I said, it opens. Ascension. And someone's like, oh, you're just sick. Sick with ascensions, and it might feel good at the time, but after the symptoms start like moving and helping me to clear, because it's clearing out that negative energies, burping does it, passing gas. Why don't I just say fart? Yeah, okay. Okay. Descrive o todo su gran maniata. Y capítulo de este. Okay. So, burping, and we're bringing up, sometimes we're throwing up, sometimes we're bringing up like thick liquid or mucus. Today I was crying, and I had so much buildup of fluid. I blew my nose, and like my nose, like blood was in with the mucus, which is the pineal gland. The calcification is actually breaking up. It's cracking, and you're feeling the pain here. Okay, it's like it feels like it's cracking, like it's breaking, because it is. It's breaking open. Mr. Sandman put crap piles of sand in our eyes. Okay, you wake up in the morning, you got this goop. Like, holy crap, man, eye boogers. People call them eye boogers, so I may as well too. So, yeah, I really got on a tangent tonight, but that's all good because it's where I was directed. Maybe I was meant to start on that because it's kind of like I am me. I am still me, but I have the higher self, and that's why I say and have my channel as Spiritual Talk with Spirit Mother, because spirit comes through and I am a mother. So, and Terra means earth. So I like it. And it's me being authentic. And that's what we need more of. We need not more of me, but I'm saying more of authenticity. More people like you, like me, like Jamie, like Susie, like Derek, like Alvin. Okay? We're all authentic. We're just told, like, we got to be actors. You got to walk this way. You got to talk this way. Don't bear walk, because if you bear walk, you're out of sync with everybody else, which, that's okay. I like a bear walker. How do they do it? Or is it like that? Or walk like this. It's like, I don't like I Friends, the show Friends. It's not it was just the aspect of it, like Phoebe. Yeah, Phoebe and Rachel. Well, Phoebe would run funky, and Rachel told her, "Well, that embarrasses me." It's like, that's your friend. I know it's a show, but I'm using it as an aspect of, if you do that to your friend, like, hello, walk like them, run like them, do what they're doing, walk like a chicken. I do foolish stuff all the time. I skip in the mall. I do like kid stuff. And we need to see more of that, because we figure, oh, you gotta be adult all the time. You gotta be all prim and proper. And, oh man, don't do that. You'll stand out. Good. We all need to start standing out. We don't need to take temper tantrums to be seen or heard. We don't really need to be seen if we don't want to be, but we don't have to feel like we have to be grown up all the time, because that's what happened. We all lost the kid in us, the ability to have the fun, to pretend, imagination. Okay? We read these, like we got the fairy tales. Oh, those are fairy tales. Those are fairy tales about us. Ternyata ano eskrema emikiwi skri tu eskime tu puleta taria sare mikitutai ikula piskuta dailes lunu kimiana askole ai kiskitu tiatai kitunai. When you look at stuff, think of how many times you resonate with it. It's like, wow. And I've been watching stuff with my third eye lately. So I've been doing a lot of glitching, like, holy crap. Because I see this stuff, and then I look around my own place. And when you see something and you're not quite sure about it, have a Google or a Bing or a DuckDuckGo, whatever your engine is. Okay? We do need to be more concerned and more looking and spending time with family and friends, opposed to watching a TV and wondering what somebody else's business is on there. It can be an escape. But if you look within, you might find that you've had a lot of good adventures yourself. So, I know I got off on a tangent, but that's okay. Some of you might have watched, some of you might not have. If you watched to the end, God bless you. Merci beaucoup. I appreciate it. I would love to hear your journeys, stuff that you've experienced on your journeys, whether that you've seen something that you can't explain, or like even the way that other people may be treating you, because don't worry about it. They just don't understand right now. Some may not in your time or in their time, but eventually they will, because we do come back. Doesn't mean that we come back as a baby, because we have many versions of ourselves. And I do know that, because I've been kind of seeing the different versions of myself. I've even, like I said before, I've even it was like, holy crap, I really time traveled, because like some people look the same, but I was sitting next to myself at the age of 74. At first I thought it was my sister. And I was looking and communicating telepathically, and I was like, you're my sister. She's like, look again. I'm sitting there and I'm kind of looking at her and going like this, and I just happened to look down at her feet, and she's wearing flip-flops, and her toenail polish is the exact same color as mine. And when I seen that, I was like, whoa. And she's like, no, please don't run. because it's happening because I see that aspect of it. It happened because I was running. Okay, I was trying to run from myself. You can't run from yourself. We have to deal with ourselves. We have to deal with ourselves first. Our good, our bad, our ugly, our shadows. Okay? And everything seems so strange right now. And I know a lot of you can relate to this. Things just don't make sense. Whether you're watching the news or whether you're out experiencing it. But we're going to get through it, and I want you to all keep, look up. Not at a TV screen. I want you to go outside and look around and breathe. Breathe breathe fresh air. And I know some are saying, well, there's so many chemicals in the air. How are we breathing fresh air? Okay. Be out in the sun. Okay. You sit in a house, you're breathing in stagnant air. Okay. It gets very stagnant, even with all the stuff that they say, oh, well, this will do this will do that. Sometimes it just switches in the air. And I'm really looking forward to Nikola Tesla's invention coming. The free energy. Oh, because it's here. It's already here. It's just hidden from us. It's like they say mirage. Oh, you're just seeing things. It's a mirage or an illusion. Okay? And I've heard them say, oh, well, we got a mass psychosis going on. Well, why is it a mass psychosis? Because everyone's seeing the same thing. I'd be saying, okay, if everyone's seeing the same thing, what kind of voodoo are you doing on us today? Okay? But they're seeing the same thing because people are waking up. That's why they're seeing the same thing. When you think you've seen something, don't think that you did. Know that you did. Because they say just because, well, it is true. Just because you didn't see it doesn't mean that somebody else didn't see it. And it doesn't make them crazy, delusional, illusional, or psychotic or anything like that. It just means that they seen something that you didn't. They were on a different vibration, frequency. They could have been seeing things at a different angle. It's kind of like saying everything is all black and white. Well, it's only black and white because they're telling us it's black and white. But our brain is telling us, wait, there's grays there. There's different colors. Okay? So just if you're struggling with family members and friends and what have you, not understanding, just yes, step away, because there is part of it. There is a part of them. And I told people that when I speak the language and other people are like, I don't know why you do that. Nobody understands you. It's not them. It's their shadows. They're darknesses that don't like truth, don't like something good. And it is kind of the ego. And as I said, the ego can go either way. Okay? Full of yourself, totally down on yourself. Okay? So, don't have false idols. Be an idol for yourself. Show to yourself what you can accomplish. Not wishing or wanting to be that person or what have you. Become your own person. Okay? There's more people, like people say that it's money, 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 money. The actors in that, they're all living proof that money don't make you happy. From what I seen, it made all them friggin' miserable. They might have had big fancy houses and cars and butlers and maids and what have you. Some even had people washing their feet for them. It's like, really? Would you wash my feet for me? If you would, I say, good. Please wash my feet. I'm not saying that don't have money, because it's up to everyone. If you want to have money, fine. But don't expect money to make you happy. Don't expect fame, fortune, anything like that to make you happy. You think of it this way. Okay, we got a king, king, and we had the queen. Okay, you got the king, the queen, and all the royal family. Oh, did you know? Like, wait a minute. They have all these gold crowns and gold jewelry, hundreds of thousands of dollars for a pair of shoes or a dress. Parties every night. Okay? We're idolizing somebody and bowing down to somebody who is taking the food out of your children's mouth. Okay, they're wearing jewels and hundreds of thousands of dollars clothes and we're wearing holes in socks. Well, some people like holes in socks. Some people like really old panties and that and clothes because they feel comfortable, and that's okay. But what we're showing is that we don't have to have all that glamour. We look and I want that, I want that. Why? There's no affection there. Okay, there was no affection in that family. Diana showed affection to her kids, and you could see that. Everyone else, they just have this, like, I'm gonna go poop in my golden throne, or I'm going to prance around. And no, I'm not jealous. I'm very ticked off and annoyed because they say, oh, we go to charities, we donate. You get the donation back. And not only that, you're donating your own damn money. Right? That's part of the idol, the false idols. Okay? So Yeah, really on a tangent, but that's okay. I'm going to leave you all with that. Like I said, if you made it through this, thank you very much. I know that it's like a little strange and seeming a little out there sometimes, but that's okay because afterwards I'm going to go listen to myself jabber just to see like what I said and like sit there and go, oh my gosh, did I really say that? But it's part of being authentic, and we go where we're led, but not like a sheep. Okay? When I say led, it doesn't mean led like a sheep. Led means it's going with the flow. I'm going with my flow. I'm going with what is meant to be coming out, what is meant to be coming up. The messages I'm being directed to send out, whether you feel you understand it or not. Okay? It's a matter of not so much understanding it as I said before, you feel it. Okay? I can be tough love with the language. Okay? I can be humorous. And that's good. So I'm leaving you there. I'm wishing you all a very great Sunday evening. And I want you all to be big, bold, brave. Most importantly, be yourself. I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings, and most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting and willing to receive it. I want you to just keep going and never give up and know how strong you truly are. Okay? When things seem grim and down, look at the good things, because we mostly focus on the negative, so we don't see all the positive and the good, and know those few negative things, we tend to just center on them. But don't take that, deal with it, figure out, okay, why am I having this feeling, and deal with it. It's part of the healing process. Holy crap. I do apologize for that. Right on cue. So I want to say good night, and may you all have pleasant dreams. I love you all. Have a great night. Many pleasant dreams.